We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about creating an easement by simply being nice to your neighbors.
Okay, this is confusing. An easement means I have access, preferably legal and physical, to go somewhere. An easement means it's the legal paperwork as necessary to access a property.
So I'll give full-blown examples in the meat of the show, but this solves a landlocked property.
I just have to ask? I'm so confused. I'm not confused. I'm just saying.
Oh, you're asking for everybody?
No, yeah.
If you have a landlocked piece of property and there's a neighbor's property is on the road, on a county road, let's say, and you've got somebody signs the offer and sends it back to you and says, heck yes, I will sell you my incredibly valuable property for a tiny, small amount of money because I know there's no access. And I'll explain how you can get access by baking a cake and showing up at somebody's door. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like.
Aaron wrote, has anyone figured out how to integrate their website with an e-signature service to automate purchase agreement signing? Use case looks like receive letter. He puts like the little terminology in there with a website URL.
Use case looks like receive letter. Go to website URL in letter, enter reference number, digitally sign their PA. Just trying to think about how to reduce the friction of signing and sending back a purchase agreement.
This is kind of cool. This is a really good idea.
Oh, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I think it'll never work.
Why?
So let's talk about this for a second. I want to make a kind of a big deal about this. There's a lot of technical people in our group, me included. I'm a very technical person, and I'm hugely interested in making things easier and faster and more profitable. And one of the ways that you do that now, maybe the way, is through tech and technology and improvements in databases and all this. And so Aaron's obviously has a tech background or just knows about it. And so there's a lot of ways you can automate this and make this easy. And there's a lot of people who have come and gone in our group from a tech background. There's a lot of people in our group right now that have a core tech background in their W-2 jobs, very, very, very successful, walking into this environment saying, oh, no, we're going to make this whole thing an app. We're going to automate the entire system, and we're going to take control over U.S. land. And so that's the extreme. And Aaron, I'm not picking on you at all. I think this is a brilliant idea. I'm serious. But what you're missing here, and what I think a lot of tech people miss, again, it's not a criticism at all. It's not like I'm talking about California right now. This is not a criticism. It's a backwards compliment. I'm not sure that you understand this customer. Do you think that most of the people that you sell property to or buy property from, are going to go onto a website, click on some stuff and sign it that way?
No, that's true.
So Jill's right. They're not tech savvy. They're not set up for that. They're really they want you to do it for them. They're asking you.
It's kind of the point.
Is to just kind of really customer service your way through their real estate transaction and they get a check.
That's kind of why we're getting it at the prices that we are, because we're doing all the work for them. We're making it so easy for them, kind of thing. So there might be a very small percentage, that this works for. You get, some letters land on the right desk for a guy who, inherited this, and he's a, very busy man, and is like, great, I can get this off my plate, and he tells his assistant, tell this guy yes, and get it done. There's a percentage of that, but the majority of them, no, it's kind of it's an experience, and they need to talk to you.
They need the Jill experience.
Yeah. That's the majority of them.
Automating that that's going to put a real bad taste in their mouth. Hey, go here, click on this,
and do some work.
this.
Now you got to do some more
Yep.
work for me. I want to buy your property at this price. And by the way, I'm going to put the work on you. Hold on a moment.
I was watching, this reminds me of a Shark Tank episode where a couple of guys stood up in front of the Shark Tank panel and described this app that they created. And they said, you do this, click on this, you go over here, you sign up, go to this website, sign up for it. Then you click through here, put in your information, and then, and Mark Cuban stood up and said, this is a brilliant idea. You guys are the biggest idiots there ever was. Do you have any idea that your customer is not going to do 7 things
Right.
to get anything done? And so again, Aaron, I'm saying this 50 times. I'm not picking on you at all. I chose this for a reason. I think this is a great idea. Mm-hmm. I just think the customer, it doesn't play to the customer at all. And so it's not just this particular thing that Aaron's talking about. This represents I get communication weekly, more than weekly, multiple times a week from tech people saying, there's a much easier way to do this. To which I say, yep, there's an absolute easier way to do this. And the customer will never go for it on the buy side or the sell side.
There's some that we can do, and we have. There are ways that you can streamline and make it easier. It's not everything. But especially your stuff behind the scenes, if you're using, Simple File or whatever, do online recording, all those things that are needed, DocuSign to speed things up once you guys have that conversation. I love things like that. But there's a little bit of personality and personal touch that's appropriate here. And here's the reason why. You're going to miss something. If this becomes the only way that you do this, and you revert to a company where we don't talk to anybody, we just sit back and let them fill out the form, and then we only buy those properties, you're going to miss a lot.
Probably 80%. I bet 90%.
That's the point here. And I will be capturing those deals.
My natural state in this partnership that Jill and I have, my natural state is to do is what you're describing.
Yeah. No
is
talking.
To somehow do away with having a phone number at all.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately for me, I learned soon after joining forces with Jill that her way's way better.
Just get more deals.
Yeah.
And get great deals.
You want personal attention. And it's not an age thing. I just don't think, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. I see it on TV. It's like input your house. If you own a house and you want to sell it fast, input all your stuff. We'll give you an offer. How many deals are they missing?
Right. Exactly.
And what's the profile of that person who's actually entering the scenario? They don't know. So the people who create an app like that, they don't know their profile. What they're doing is the mortgage model. They're saying, go ahead.
No, I have a story. Just go ahead. Finish your thing and I'm going to give you my
It's
example.
just a numbers thing for them. Like 6,800 people are going to enter their information and we're going to buy 3 houses. And so it ends up being a Pepsi commercial more than anything else. And that's just not that's not what we do here.
Here's what you said. Who does that? So my head fast forwarded to what would be a scenario? Oh, I got one. It's a Saturday night. They've been drinking. They're in bed. They just had a spat with their spouse. And they're like, oh yeah, watch me. I'm going to get an offer on this house tomorrow. You said you're done? Oh, I'll show you done.
That's exactly. That's their customer.
Filling it out. And then they wake up on Sunday morning and the offer's there.
Yeah.
And someone's on their porch with a clipboard. and the other person is answering the door going, who the heck are you?
Jill, you sound like this is a personal experience.
And then the person goes, oh, I forgot I did that. Sorry, sweetheart. Don't answer the door. Duck.
Again, Aaron, I'm not picking on you. I can't say it enough. This is a great example, but automation, there are things like NeighborScoop that really help us internally. Yeah. That's a great automation device. Automating a mailer, not the pricing of a mailer, but automating the steps that you go through or picking a county, the internal stuff to automate is great. I think all that's a great idea, but automating any interaction with a buyer or seller, in my opinion, at least right now, is a bad idea. People over 40, over 45, let's say, they're not going to have any part of this. And that's our customer.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Today's topic, creating an easement. by being nice to your neighbors. This is the meat of the show. You know what? This is another example of what I'm talking about. Here's why you would need an easement. What is an easement? An easement is the right of way on someone else's property to get to your property so you can come home from work and have a happy life.
And get to it without a helicopter.
Right. So if you're in this group, or maybe if you're not, you know that this country is packed full of inaccessible property that's incredibly inexpensive. So if you can somehow buy super, super inexpensive property way under its value and then get access to it, you know, there's a huge business model there. It's a huge financial opportunity. There's two ways to do this. Get an easement to your property. Number one, you can take the legal route and you can hire a lawyer, and there's all kinds of ways that it takes years, and there's terrible, awful lawsuits and all kinds of stuff. Not lawsuits, but legal actions against the person that is between you and the road. You know, your parcel is their parcel is between your parcel and the road. Mm-hmm. And that's the tech way, or that's the angry way.
Right.
The nice way is to knock on their door, send them a nice note and say, look, for $1,000, you know, I know that there's a driveway there anyway, or whatever the circumstance is, the custom circumstance to that situation. I just brought the property behind you and I'm happy to compensate you, but I'd love to I've got a lawyer over here and we can do the legal work. You don't have to do anything else. Happy to send you a couple $1,000 check when we're done. And then I'm probably going to blade in a road with your permission.
Right.
And so material.
And where would you like it to go even?
Yeah. You want right side of your property, left side. You have 40 acres here.
How can we make this work together?
It's 40 acres. You're never going to know how you're going to pass through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So material percentage of the time, in my opinion, we haven't done this often, but we have done it. Material percentage of the time, especially if you go in like with Jill's attitude, like we're just your neighbor and we're happy about it and we both can win here, then, you know, a material percentage of people are going to say, okay, I am going to be a citizen about this. There's always that people that, you know, and these are the stories we hear, unfortunately. We never hear the good stories.
Yeah.
That good story I just told would never see the light of day.
Yeah.
We always hear the shotgun on the porch stories. So,
and then you have to go the other way. It's most states and counties, I'm going to loosely say most, do have laws about this, that there has to be, you know, some sort of an accessing. But like you said, it's a battle. And you have to legally go about that. You put your head down like you don't agree with me.
No, I have actually. I'm waiting to tell some story.
Oh, okay. So, like I know, like in Arizona, it's statewide, isn't it? It's not just the county.
It's for most states.
Yeah, most states that you can't withhold access from.
That's the actual
legally.
Language. You can't unreasonably withhold access to someone's property across your property.
Right.
And young people love to argue that. Isn't that interesting? Young people just want to
They like to argue.
You can't withhold access to my... So in reality, it stops right there. You got to be nice.
It's just there's two ways to do it is the point for today. That you could go the legal battle, and we just want to tell you, you could jive right in, go the legal battle, and, you know, give everybody a paper, you know, and get that going, and that's just not going to sit well. Versus reach out to them. And one of the beautiful things, by the way, is in Neighbors Group, you have phone numbers. You could pick up the phone and go, hi, you don't know me, but here's what's going on. I'm buying the property behind you, and I'd love to see if we work out something where, you know, it looks like you've got 5 acres. Where can I stick a little something in here? You tell me where, and I'll make it happen, and I'll pay you. And that's the best.
It's feasible and possible. You know, but throwing a book at somebody and saying you can't unreasonably withhold, it says here right in pointing to the book,
right?
You know, that's not. I'm going to slam the door in your face if you do that.
That's true too.
But if you approach it the other way, like, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
You need to get to your property, so let's work something out.
Perfect. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is called, well, it's Jack Thursday, and I am going to kick off Land Investor Dictionary 101. We're going to talk about equity, one of my favorite things. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I'm curious about tomorrow.
About the definition of equity?
No. About this dictionary, because this is the second time I'm hearing it, and I didn't know where this came from, but I think it's cool.
It's a customer service several people, who knows why? I don't know. There's trends that go on, I guess,
Right.
in Discord. And a lot of new people are saying, can you just give us a good kickoff start? Can you tell us, this is what an easement is. This is what equity is. This is what property lines or setbacks are. This is what access is, legal access. What's the difference between legal access and physical access? So every Thursday, we're going to talk about this and hopefully laugh a little bit.
This is going to last for years then.
Plus it
Come
makes-
up with a lot of things. No, seriously.
Plus, it makes my job a little easier when I write this stuff.
Oh, good. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, we would love to connect with you tomorrow on Clubhouse, by the way. Join me and usually Jack also every Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific time in the Land Investing Club. Need to send out a few thousand offers to property owners like us? Check out offers2owners.com. So that's offers2owners.com. No setup fees, free mail merge, exceptional service, and now including just released for everyone, concierge data and pricing. It's awesome. Give Offers to Owners a call today. We're Steve and Jill.
Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.